Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TK Resells channel. Uh, Again, it's my resell channel. I share my process, my buys and sells, and stories along the way. So, again, welcome back. So, this morning, I woke up and I had two sales. It was a little different this week because I've got some time off from work, so I had some extra time, and I'm going to try and share with you guys a little bit more about me. So, I'm going to show these two sales with you guys, and then I'm going to tell you how I got into reselling and doing the things that I do and maybe some future goals. So let's get right into it. The first item that sold is a short brim Kansas City Royals hat. It was a giveaway. Metropolitan Community College, Kansas City embroidered hat. I put all my items or all my clothing items and hats in these plastic bags, and then I ship them out from there. Again, it's a short, flat brimmed hat. This one sold for $27 with shipping included. So, not too bad. I paid $3 for that at a thrift store. Just an item that I was looking for, and I grabbed. Next up, I owe this one to part-time pickers. Matt picks up these little bottles of perfume all the time and sells them. This just happened to be one that I grabbed. You can see it's sun, moon, and stars, 1 fluid ounce. This is going to have to be shipped ground, so I have to clearly mark the box that I put this in. I picked this up at an estate sale for $1, and it sold for $65, which will include a $10 ground shipping fee. So $1 into 65, I'll take that any day. It's actually a pretty cool looking bottle. Stars, moon, sun. Pretty interesting. Anyway, that's the two items that sold Friday to Saturday. It's not a bad deal. $80 or so profit. Make sure to ship all that stuff and get it sent out. Now on to the important thing. How did I start and what got me started? My cat just jumped up on the thing, so she might make an appearance. Her name is Willow Arain. You might see her, you might not. So what got me started? Well, in the early 2000s, I was buying a lot of baseball cards. There's her tail. And I would buy and sell all the time, and I ended up with some very good cards, and I just kept them. They were for me. They were my personal items. Kobe Bryant's, Allen Iverson's, those kind of guys were my players. So I bought them, and I never went back to eBay. I just kind of floundered around, and then about 3 years ago ish, 3 4 years ago, I wandered into a thrift store and I found a bobblehead, and it was a cool bobblehead, and then it was a royal. I can't remember who it was, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I wonder if it has any value. Well, I looked it up on eBay, and it was selling for about $30, and the store had it for $4. So I was like, well, I'll grab it, and we'll see what happens. So I put it up on eBay, and it sold within 3 days, and I shipped it out right away, and I had $30 in my account, and I was like, wow, people really buy stuff off of eBay. So for about 6 months, I would go to thrift stores, and all I would look for was bobbleheads. I would just go looking through the racks and shelves and look for bobbleheads, and I did pretty well with bobbleheads. Each one sells for a little bit different. The highest price one I ever sold was $74 for a hockey St. Louis, St. Louis Blue Ivan Neko. I can't remember his name, but it was a $75 bobblehead, and I was very, very excited about it. So after 6 months of just doing bobbleheads, I wandered into a Gary V podcast, and he was touting mug life, like mugs sell crazy amount. So I started looking through bobbleheads, and mugs were my two things, and I did okay with mugs. They're a little bit of a slow seller, good profit because you buy them for $1, you sell them for 30, 25, 15, whatever it is, and they're a little bit of a pain to ship out because you have to use so much bubble wrap, but once you get it down, it's very easy. So for about a year, all I did was bobbleheads and mugs, and then I started thinking to myself, if I'm at a thrift store, I might as well look through everything and try and find items of value. So my very first thing is I'm into sports, so I started looking for jerseys. Any kind of sports jerseys I would kind of gravitate towards and decide whether or not I could buy it. And for a long time, probably another 6 months, that's all I did. And then I was thinking, you know what, if I'm looking through these racks, men's clothing have to have some value. So I started looking and pulling things that I thought were cool. So I was, Tommy Hilfiger stuff, t-shirts that had a cool look to it, or, just anything that had a unique, unusual look to it, and I would grab it. Now, I was uneducated buyer, so I ended up with a lot of garbage, and that's okay. I mean, that's how we learn our lessons. There's her tail again. Here, I'll show you her. She's cute. There's Willow. She's our rescue kitty, and I love every minute that we have with her. She's a wonderful cat. There's pictures of her, and doing lots of good things. Anyway, so I got through the jerseys, and now I'm looking through clothing. Well, I stumbled upon a couple of podcasts, Rake and Profit, Rally Roots, Part-Time Pickers, Newfound Past, and I started learning different brands, and I started understanding that people go on eBay to find things that they want, and most of the time it's going to be something unique, something a little bit different. So in my searching, I started looking for those items that were different and unique, and I stumbled across a whole bunch of things. My very first, I would say 2 or 3 months, I actually had a piece of paper, similar to this little thing that had name brands on it. And I would just go through the rack and I would look through those name brands. And those would be the ones I would pull aside, and I would look up their prices and get their value. And like I said, I did that for 2 or 3 months until I understood the value of each brand. And it's another way that you learn. That's another step of the process. You have to figure out what your brands are. At this point, I moved on to hard goods as well. So not only do I look for men's clothing, because I enjoy looking through men's clothing. That's one of my, I'm a guy. That's what I like. I also look through hard goods for anything that's still sealed in the package. I still look for bobbleheads. I love finding bobbleheads, one of my favorites. Hats, like I just sold. I bought that hat for $3. I sold it for $27, $28. There's value out there in all these thrift stores, and it's a treasure hunt, and I enjoy that part of it, but I also enjoy finding a forever home for these objects. And I think that's one of the important things that we tend to forget, that we may have a vintage t-shirt that we think is awesome. I think it's okay. Somebody out there absolutely loves it and will not part with it, and that's a good feeling for us resellers to find their forever home for these objects. As far as my goals in the future, at some point I would like to make this my full-time job. I think I'm a year or two away from doing that at this point. This year I will have doubled my gross salary from my full-time job, but that's kind of sketchy because I've missed 5 months of work with COVID, and I had a hand surgery that I wasn't able to work. So I think that if I keep improving my item purchases and my sales, if I go up 50% every year, I think I will be able to quit my full-time job in a couple years, two years, maybe 3 years. So that is my goal. Let's see if I reach it. I'm not sure, but that's all I have for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I got to go get these 2 items shipped and packaged out because post office closes early on Saturdays, and got to get it done. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. As always, I like to end these with a message of kindness and compassion. We never know what's going on in other people's lives, so lend a helping hand. Say something nice. How's your day going? Can I help you with your bags? Do you want me to hold the door for you? Just something like that to help the next person out. Let's make this world a better place to live. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.